The historic P&J Oyster Company in the French Quarter is silent these days. Exactly 3 months ago, shucking stopped here as the supply of fresh oysters dried up when prime harvesting areas closed because of the BP oil spill. Co-owner Al Sinceri says he misses the action.
It would be loud, and there'd be a lot of people moving around, and that's what we like to see here, and we aren't seeing it anymore and haven't for a very long time.
It's not oil keeping P&J's from getting back into the fresh oyster business. Freshwater diversions redirected water from the Mississippi River to coastal bays and marshes to keep oil from rushing into sensitive inland habitat. Sinceri says the influx of fresh water into the saltwater estuaries killed some of the state's most productive oyster harvesting areas east and west of the river.
We lost 2 crops of young oysters that we should have had, 2 spawning seasons, both in the spring and now in the fall. And that bodes badly over for the next few years.
This afternoon, many of the area's best restaurants set up for the New Orleans Seafood Festival. Some vendors admit some of the oysters they'll be selling this weekend are from other states, such as Texas and Georgia. Others say it's a challenge, but they'll have enough Louisiana seafood to go around.
Being able to balance between multiple vendors has allowed us to keep product coming into the restaurant. This week the Department of Health opened up new beds, so that was a good sign.
Lucian Gunter from Acme Oyster House says Louisiana seafood in general is about 65% back from where it was before the BP spill.
Oysters are resilient. We know that we're going to be faced with these difficulties over the next few years. They'll come back.
New Orleans hamburger and seafood company chef Scott Langford says his business is so confident the seafood industry will rebound, it's expanding.
We're getting ready to open 2 new restaurants. One uptown right here on St. Charles Avenue and another across the river on Manhattan.
I don't have any shell stock oysters, but
meanwhile, P&J's doesn't know when it will start selling shelled oysters again.
It's hard on me. I can't tell you anything more than that, except that I wish that we were still operating.
Today, Louisiana Lieutenant Governor Scott Angel and about a half-dozen local restaurant owners and chefs sent a letter to incoming BP Chief Executive Officer Bob Dudley. They want the company to fully fund the state's seafood safety plan. The $173 million plan would include a long-term seafood testing and marketing program. Dennis?